The police found the world's most horrifying thing under my house. I was home alone. My wife, Emily, was visiting her parents for the weekend, and I had the house to myself. I was watching some TV when I heard a dull thud from beneath the floor. At first, I ignored it, figuring it was just the house settling. But then it happened again. Louder this time. It was coming from the basement. I hesitated, debating whether I should go down there. Basements always freaked me out, even as an adult. But this was my house, and there was no way I was going to let my imagination get the best of me. I grabbed the flashlight from the kitchen drawer and made my way downstairs, each step creaking beneath my weight. The basement was mostly unfinished. Concrete floors, exposed beams, and old storage boxes gathering dust in the corners. But something about it felt different that night. The air was heavier, colder, and there was a smell. A damp, earthy smell that hadn't been there before. I swept the beam of the flashlight around the room, checking for anything out of place. Nothing. The boxes were all where I'd left them, the shelves undisturbed. But as I moved the light toward the far wall, I noticed something odd. A patch of the concrete floor seemed off, like it had been disturbed recently. The surface was cracked, with small chunks of concrete missing, exposing the dirt underneath. My heart rate quickened. That hadn't been there before. I knelt down, running my fingers over the broken concrete. It felt soft, almost freshly dug. And that's when the banging started again. Louder, more desperate. It wasn't the house settling. It was coming from under the floor. I bolted upright, adrenaline surging through my veins. Someone, or something, was down there. Without thinking, I grabbed a shovel from the corner of the basement and started digging, chipping away at the cracked concrete. The deeper I went, the stronger the smell became, a sickly, rotting stench that turned my stomach. About 2 feet down, the shovel hit something solid. Wood. I cleared the dirt away and saw what looked like the top of an old wooden crate, its surface stained and decaying. My hands were trembling as I pried it open, the wood splintering under the pressure. Inside, there was something wrapped in thick, dark plastic. The smell hit me like a punch to the gut, so foul it made my eyes water. I knew, without opening it, that whatever was inside was dead. I dropped the shovel, stumbling back. This was no longer something I could handle alone. I ran upstairs and called the police, barely able to get the words out. They arrived within minutes, lights flashing, sirens off. I led them to the basement, where the open crate sat in the dirt like a wound in the earth. The officers exchanged glances before pulling on gloves and masks. They peeled back the plastic, and the moment they did, one of them gagged. It was a body. What was left of it anyway? The skin was dark and leathery, stretched tight over bone, as if it had been mummified. But this wasn't ancient. The smell alone told me that. And there was something else, strange carvings etched into the skin, spiraling across the limbs, the chest, even the face. Symbols I didn't recognize, symbols that seemed wrong, somehow. The officer who had been gagging earlier turned to me, his face pale. "We need to get forensics down here, now." I stood there, numb, as they cordoned off the basement and called in more units. For hours they worked, excavating the area beneath my house. More bodies were found. Each one wrapped in the same dark plastic, each one covered in those same twisted symbols. But then, around 2 a.m., the digging stopped. One of the officers emerged from the basement, his face white as a sheet. He was on the phone with someone, speaking in a low, urgent tone. They had found something else. The next few hours were a blur. More police arrived, along with what I could only assume were FBI agents, judging by their black suits and the way they took over the scene. They wouldn't tell me what they'd found, but from the looks on their faces, it wasn't good. Eventually, one of the agents approached me. He introduced himself as Special Agent Keller and asked if I had any idea what was buried under my house. "Of course not," I stammered. "I've lived here for 6 years. I had no idea." He studied me for a moment, then nodded. "I believe you. But there's something you need to understand. What we found down there, it's not just bodies." I blinked, confused. "What do you mean?" He hesitated, choosing his words carefully. "There's a chamber. A large one. And inside it, we found something that shouldn't be possible." My mind raced. "What are you talking about?" Keller's expression darkened. "It's a structure. An altar, to be exact. And it's covered in the same symbols we found on the bodies. But that's not the worst part." He paused, as if struggling to find the right words. "There's something down there. Something alive." My blood ran cold. "Alive?" He nodded.